Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tyanne Capree, and I'm sitting here with Cincinnati's own XFactor, Arin Ray. How you doing, Arin?
I'm doing good.
Can we get away this weekend? Take me to Broadway. Let's go shopping, baby, then we'll go to a cafe. Let's go on the subway. I'ma take you to my hood, and you like this American boy.
Well, everybody in Cincinnati and all your fans want to know, how did you become an artist, and what were some of your musical influences?
Most definitely some of my musical influences were my family. You know, I come from a very musical and oriented family. You know, my mother sings, my dad is a producer. He produced for artists like Kevon Edmonds, and he drummed for BBD and New Edition. My aunt sang background for Marvin Gaye, so definitely a lot of influence in my life, just family-wise, and definitely just the artists like Michael Jackson, you know, Stevie Wonders, you know, even the Ushers, the more new millennium type artists, you know, coming out, definitely really encouraged me to start what I'm doing now.
Yeah, and I seen that you write and you produce yourself, and you were telling me that you actually wrote one of the songs that for your entrance onto XFactor, excuse me.
Yeah, my audition for XFactor, my first one that I did as my, well, it's my second audition as going back into the XFactor. I did a song called Count on Me, and I wrote that song, and I produce and write a lot of my songs. Pretty much all of the songs that I've done recently, I produce and write them all, because that's what I want to do when I'm older. You know, I definitely want to, I want to be an artist, but I do also want to be a producer. You know, I want to write for other people. I want to create the artists that are coming up. You know, I want to bring like real music back to, you know, the radio. Like some of the stuff you hear ain't popping like it should be. You know, so definitely that's why I write and produce, just to get the real music out there.
And that's where a lot of the money is too, when you write and produce the music at the same time.
Most definitely.
Make a whole lot more money.
Yeah.
And you know, like, how did you find XFactor, and how did you audition for the show?
Well, I actually had no idea that XFactor like existed really. My mother, she came to me one day. I was literally playing a video game. Hey, well, you want to audition for the XFactor? I'm like, what's that? She's like, a singing show. I'm like, sure, I'll do it if you do it. So we both did it, and we both made it through the first little 3 rounds that you did, the preliminary rounds, and you would just have to get the call to come back onto the show. And I got the call. Unfortunately, well, they actually never called or emailed, which was kind of weird with her, but she made it just as far as I did with that, you know, and it's politics that go on with that. But it was pretty cool, you know, and you see where I made it to, you see how far I got, so it definitely was a wonderful experience.
Wow, I didn't even know that your mom went too. That's cool.
Yeah.
That had to be a cool experience.
Yeah,
to
it was
do
crazy.
together.
Both, like how we both got through, like each rounds was like, yes, all right, cool, like let's keep rolling. But it was good for her that she didn't have to worry about, all she had to really worry about was me. She didn't have to really like go out and do too much, because it kind of would have been double on her.
Yeah, and it would have took away.
Yeah, it took away from her as well.
Hi, I'm Alexis Calloway. I am Arin Ray's mom. I have been singing for as long as I can remember. I'm not sure if anyone else in my family knew that I could sing before I was 12 years old. I sang in my first talent show when I was in the 8th grade at Crest Hills Middle School. Interesting, I sang Always with another guy that I had a crush on in 8th grade, and it didn't go so well, but it was a great experience, to say the least, and that just kind of jump-started my career. I think just on both sides of the fence, Arin's father and I, we both come from a musical family, and we love music, and I think it just kind of trickled down to him, and he got the best of it. Arin is a vocal major now, and he has grown so much. His creativity has peaked. I can't really say peaked, but he knows what he wants when he gets in that studio. It's amazing. It's amazing.
So how would you compare both of your experiences on XFactor?
Well, definitely the first time I went through, I got cut at boot camp, but at the 3rd round, but they brought me back in and put me into a 10-member group, which it worked out for the show run, but in the long run, it really wasn't going to work out. You can't really make a 10-member group
I was
kind
just
of
about
work.
to say, like, how
It's
does
like,
a 10-member
how does that
group
work?
work?
Unless it's like a TV show, like Glee, and that's what they kind of tried to portray us as, but it was kind of weird. So I came back, you know, as a solo artist, tried again, and just being a solo artist, it puts a lot more pressure on you. You don't have 9 other people to be on stage with you, so it's definitely a different experience, a humbling experience at that. You know, you think you're like bad, and then you get on a stage, and if you mess up, you go home. So it definitely was it was a nice experience. I choose the solo over the group most definitely, because it just gave me that idea of how it is when you perform on like an award show or anything like that.
Yeah, and then when you have more people, it's different personalities and different things you have to deal with. So
it was definitely awesome.
Yeah, and one thing I want to know, and I'm sure that like everybody else wants to know, is how was your experience with the judges?
The judges, they were really cool. You know, people may seem like they're like all standoffish, but you definitely, when you talk to them, they're really nice. You know, I talked to Alexis a lot, definitely, because he's from Cincinnati. You know, it represents. Talked to Demi Lovato sometimes. You know, she was with the others, so she tried to compete. Britney Spears was my mentor, so she was really cool, really funny. You know, she definitely took the time to work with us, and as much as she could, and it was really a great experience. Simon Cowell, he's not like a mean person. He's really nice to me. You know, he's never really said anything bad to me and about me, and any criticism that he gave me, it helped, you know, and he's definitely a nice person. So everybody on the judge panel was pretty great. I loved every time that I spent with them.
Yeah, because everybody was like, you know, normally like with his American Idol deal, everybody acts like he's really hardcore and cutthroat.
He's just truthful, man. He's honest, you know.
Yeah. One thing that I saw, I was like reading up on X Factor, and it was a rumor that Britney was trying to sabotage your performances and
not
songs.
really. I wouldn't put that into any of, you know, Britney's hands. I wouldn't do anything. You know, I'm the one performing. I'm the one who was the person who was supposed to go out and do what I was supposed to do to get the votes. You know, the last 2 weeks weren't the best for me. You know, it's very uncomfortable. You would have always wanted to have, you know, better song choices, but that's not really on Britney. That's on, you know, the producers. So it's really nothing's her fault. You know, I should have delivered better. I should have done this better. Should have done this better. But then again, it's a humbling experience, and it was pretty awesome. Britney was awesome. She never did anything to me, you know, like to feel that she was treating me wrong. I never said anything about that, you know.
Well, guys, just keep it locked, and after the break, I'm gonna ask Arin a couple more questions, get a little more information from
You think you have what it takes to be a host on New Extreme Sounds? Send us a 5-minute clip telling us why you think you got what it takes to handle the job. To find out more information, make sure you check us out online at NX